quick farm update here at Tabletop Farms. It is Thursday. It feels like a spring day. About 60 degrees here. Pretty well above average. The greenhouse hasn't changed much. All peppers are up. Tomatoes are going to be getting up potted here probably next week. Speaking of peppers and tomatoes, so we start peppers and tomatoes in January because we have the high tunnels. That's pretty early even for that, and there's a risk that we run, whether it be too cool or we run risks. So when do you start your tomatoes and your peppers? Generally here in Missouri, there again, South Missouri, you're probably going to be about 2 weeks earlier, maybe 3 weeks earlier. But tomatoes, 6 to 8 weeks before the last frost, if you're going to start it from seed in a greenhouse. So you're looking around the 1st of April, last part of March. Down South Missouri, probably can get away with mid-March, probably starting your tomato seeds. But yeah, microgreens are absolutely gorgeous. This is a new variety we're trying. Kale, a mixed kale, looks absolutely gorgeous. Herbs looking good. I am up potting our kale and chard. I just sent off 2 days ago soil samples to a new soil lab. We're going to be working with Apical Crop Science. They deal a lot with the Eden Blue Gold fertilizers, or the company. So we're going to try them out and rely heavily on them. So I'm waiting on them to come back, because kale and chard are a long term. We only do 2 plantings a year, and that one, they will last 8 months for the whole year. So we want to make sure that the soils are good before we put fabric on those, and I don't have to mess with those. High tunnel 1, we've got everything, all the seeds coming up. I am currently working on beets. So you can see that those are just sprouted. We're using that paper plot system, nice straight rows. We'll do 2 rows per bed right now. And what we're going to do is, on the middle of this bed will be tomatoes on each 3 of these beds. So we're able to put beets on the outside, do a double succession with there, and when the tomatoes are coming big enough, we'll probably be pulling those beets about the same time, so it's going to work out just absolutely perfect. In fact, I'm getting those beets in about a week and a half early than what I expected. Lots of times in that paper pot system, they will get away from me, and so we're going to opt to get them as soon as they sprout out of that thing. I believe Lisa's over here in High Tunnel 2 picking spinach. Not much change in here. The lettuce that you're seeing here from last week, I said we just harvested that the day before. We've already got about 2 inches of growth back on that. This is the holes I burnt these holes here for our kale and chard. So again, that is a 12 inches here, 3 rows. So we're gonna be cleaning that tunnel out here pretty quick. And everything else is about the same. Outside obviously hasn't changed yet. We're not planting anything outside. We're way too wet. We're just now starting to dry up and not hear the water squish behind or underneath our feet as we're walking. I have been doing a lot of digging on our cat tunnel. We're going to come in here and I'm going to scrape a bunch of this from the tunnel to this tunnel. and lower this to get more drainage here. We are holding way too much water off of the tunnel. Is coming down and actually setting in there and actually going in the tunnel. Just absolutely saturating. As you can see, this bed is almost kind of a green color. So we're going to get some water out of there. We are working on another tunnel here that we're going to cover. Piecemealed that thing together from somebody that didn't want one, so I got it cheap. And obviously everything's loving this weather. So tunnels are open. Hopefully we won't have to shut them again, but it is only February 1st. So, and when the snow melted off, onions that we got planted early for overwintering, well, planted early, we were extremely late on planting onions this year, and the garlic. And before I could even get the garlic covered, which normally we'd cover the garlic with compost, the snow came in. And so we literally have garlic that is exposed for the most part. And like this one's completely exposed here. But the nice thing is, well, that one's not any good probably. But we are growing roots on the garlic. So I need to get this covered up. And in fact, I see one right here that is budding out. So we'll get that covered up. Overwinter onions, survive the cold spell. And we've had deer activity in the garden here. So deer have found us over this winter, probably when all the snow was on. We'll see if we have to mitigate those issues later, and we'll do that. Strawberries are looking good for what we're dealing with strawberries, so we'll see how those go. Definitely going to expand those next year and do a little bit better. Other than that, animals are loving the warm weather. Everybody's just kind of relaxing and taking in the sunshine. A little overcast today, but that is what we are up to on the farm. We did have a farm visitor this week, and had a great time meeting with Rebecca. So hope I know she is heading out to tags, and hope she's having a good time out there, and we'll see her sometime out here again, hopefully. Other than that, I don't think we are going to be posting for an apprentice. Tunnels are even coming up open here, so apprentice or farm crew. So we're looking for somebody that doesn't have to have any experience, but we are going to be posting for somebody to learn and work along with us here. So if you know somebody that's interested, we're more than happy to hear from them, and you can get the contacts offline for us, so on our website, tabletopfarmsmo.com. Other than that, pull up a chair and welcome to Tabletop Farms.